group. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, can you bring to mind somebody in your life that maybe rubs you the wrong way? Or you know what, maybe you rub them the wrong way. Maybe there's conflict and chaos and static, and you don't know why. Guess what? We do. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Releasing Negative Emotions show. We are live here every Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And today we are going to identify this old, undealt with emotion between you and a specific person. Not only are we going to find it, we are going to delete it. And who are we? Well, my name is Michael Loche, and I'm a certified emotion code practitioner, also the author of a few books. I live in beautiful Victoria, BC, on Canada's west coast, and I've been with John every Saturday for 230 Saturdays. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Yes, my name is John Inverarity, certified emotion code and body code practitioner, also on the west coast in Vancouver. And yeah, helping people all over the world with various ailments, aches, pains, mental health concerns. And today is a great one. Just finding out what unprocessed emotions creating that conflict between you and someone else. So stick around. Going to be a great show. As always, we're looking for volunteers. And if you are watching live, say hello. We are broadcasting YouTube Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, and there's also a podcast as well. So we are all over the place.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I was just checking everything. I think, good morning. So today we're going to do that. And what do we mean by an old emotion? Well, let me give you an example. See if you can relate to it somewhere. Maybe years ago, a family member or somebody at school or a friend, they kind of embarrassed you about something or humiliated you. And you know what? You're good friends and you kind of tucked it under the rug. John, tucked it under the rug is a good expression to describe an unprocessed emotion. In other words, you never confronted your friend. You never got ticked off. So you have that unprocessed old emotion between that friend, even though you love them to Reese's Pieces. There's that little vibe that says, you humiliated me a long time ago. And it might not be a current voice, but it's part of the vibe. So the response that you're getting from this friend, there's a little bit of rub, a little bit of friction. Sometimes you always feel like you're being humiliated when they're not even doing that because it's an unprocessed emotion you have with them. Is it a group of people? Is it clients and customers and prospects? Is it friends? Is it students? Okay, John, we're doing it. We're on episode number 230. That means we have 229 other episodes. And this month we are working. We're going to help people live here today. John, tell our friends what we need from them to volunteer. And then we're going to say hello to some people. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Super simple. So you have to be watching live and in the comments, volunteer and give us a little bit of context of what's going on, what you've noticed, what patterns you've seen. That's it. So just volunteer in the comments and be watching live.
Yeah. And it could be something like, you know what, my mom and I we don't see eye to eye, or whatever the word is. We don't see eye to eye, or we don't resonate, or we're not clicking. I know that you know that I know that you know who we're talking about. Okay? Okay. Hey, we got some friends joining us. Let's say hello to our friends, John.
Of course, Natasha Paula Samuel is joining us and is here. Says hello. Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Natasha. Good morning.
Hey, Olga's here from a cold but sunny Texas. Cold down south, is it?
Cold and sunny. We love that. Listen, we like anything with sunny. Hey, our friend Pixology is back. And we worked with Pixology last week, and it'd be nice to get an update today. If you have watched us in the past, and we've helped you here on the this Bro Show, again, we're on 230, which means a minimum of 460 people we worked with, give or take a couple, but at least 450 people have received an emotion code session. If that's you, let us know in the chat. Give us an update. Okay, John, we're having we had a good January. We're moving into the month of February. We're wanting to have we're wanting to help you have really ideal relationships. And John, what we're doing today is just a piece of what is in a heart wall session when we work with the client. Can you kind of give the bigger picture of what that is? And then today, again, we're going to help them with somebody specific. The same concept applies. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, we've talked about heart wall before, so most people are familiar with that. But there's like a big, huge, big picture heart wall that just contains everything. But sometimes you need to be really, really specific. And so that's what we're doing today. We're like, is there a heart wall emotion with, your mom or dad or brother, whatever it may be? But so we'll get into. I'll just explain what a heart wall is, just for just new.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the heart is more than just a pump. It can feel and sense, energies from those around you. And high-tech devices can actually detect that there's this energy field that comes from the heart that's, around 12 feet in diameter. So it's fairly big, right? So if someone's around you, your heart can pick that up and notice that, right? And so what happens when we go through traumatic times is that, your heart feels that and, it gets hurt. It feels that, that anger, resentment, humiliation, whatever it may be. And it takes that energy and it puts it around itself. And we call that a heart wall. So over time, there could be, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 dozen to 3 dozen emotions right around your heart, right? So instead of, your heart emitting that pure love, that who you are, originally, it has all this, negative energy vibes that it sort of sends out information. So you within yourself, you're vibrating all that negativity, and then you're also sending that out. So it's very, very like, suffocating. You can feel disconnected, creates aches and pains around your shoulders, amongst other things, right? So it's our job to find out, all the individual heart wall emotions, clear them out, so you can feel, lighter, happier, more joy, better relationships, the list goes on.
So just in a cartoon way, because that's my style, this is your heart, people. And look at that pureness of the red heart, yet it's been contaminated, which John explained, by these unprocessed bricks around the wall. And they are made up of some of these emotions. And here's some of them. None of them are pretty. This is not a pretty chart, okay? Abandonment, betrayal, love unreceived, crying, discouragement, sadness, sorrow, grief, dread, horror, peeved. So the pureness of your heart is contaminated with this leftover unprocessed emotion, and we are the unprocessed emotion deleters. John, how do we do that for somebody? Explain that process.
Right. So we call that a proxy connection. So we act as a proxy on your behalf. We're trained practitioners, and with intention, it's an intention-based process. Everything's all about intention in this world, and we connect up to you, and then we start muscle testing. So we're asking your subconscious mind which emotions are creating that wall around your heart. And once we find them, so yes, we're muscle testing through this chart. Once we find it, we clear it with a magnet. So any magnet will do, and it goes over the governing meridian. So just like this. And so our intention to clear it is amplified by the magnet, and it goes throughout the whole energy meridian system, and it's released. So it doesn't have that negative charge anymore. It's just neutralized immediately. Pretty nice, pretty easy. And we don't need to talk about it. So if you're like, we find abandonment, we can find an age 2, age 7. We don't need to be like, oh, hey, what happened? We just clear it, and then we go on. We find, humiliation. We clear it, overwhelm, clear it. And so it's find, delete, find, delete, find, delete.
Yeah, and these emotions are like your vibrational DNA, right? Well, I don't even have to use the word DNA. They're like part of your vibration.
Yeah, sometimes it's
that today.
Yeah, first it's a reaction, and then it's a trait or a habit, and then all of a sudden, years and years later, it can become your personality, just sort of like who you are and how you react to people, and then it's relationships are created and changed with these emotions.
Good. So here's what's going to happen today. John and I are going to each work with a person, and we're going to walk you through the process of how we can identify that emotion on your behalf, because we're your proxy, and delete it. And understanding that this is one part of the bigger process, because all of us have a heart wall with the world. And sometimes as an adult, there might be 20 or 25 or 30 or 35, and these are left over from all the not all of them, but these are left over from previous relationships in the past. And when you're an adult, you've had them at school with teachers and friends and business people and boyfriends and girlfriends. So there could be a lot of leftover stuff. So that's the bigger picture. But today we're going do you. This person and I are not getting along, and I need to because I'm married to them, or it's my kid, or whatever. So we're going to help people out with that today. John, give me a scan of what you're looking at on the screen.
Absolutely. Lots of comments today. So thanks a lot for everyone joining in and saying hello. And I believe we have some volunteers. I'm just doing a quick scan, but haven't read everything yet.
So we'll start. I didn't scan myself.
Yeah, we'll start with Sarah. She says, me and my younger sister completely estranged since my mom's death last February. It's become a dead relationship.
Okay. Well, I'd like to choose Sarah. So Sarah did a good job, gave us who the person was, probably gave us more than we needed to know, but I do acknowledge your mom's death, and that was the cause of it. But sometimes people come to us and they don't want to say what the vibe is because maybe they're embarrassed, which is valid feeling to have. And they say, oh, it's with my aunt or my uncle or my boss, and that's it. We don't need to know the story. We just need to know who we're going to work with. So,
yeah, thanks for volunteering, Sarah.
Okay.
Let's go through a couple more comments.
Me getting a magnet, and we want to ask the old question: do I need a special magnet? Here's a magnet on a piece of little glass. It just needs to be a magnet. You don't need the XL 170 GPR 17-11 magnet. This is a magnet. And again, John said earlier, so John's going to be looking for his client, and I'm going to be working with Sarah. I have her permission, I can't work with anybody on the street. I'd love to, but Sarah says, here's my password to get into my brain, which was permission. This is my muscle testing, right? Hey, if you want to learn my style of muscle testing, maybe somebody could put this, Natasha could put this in the chat, www.michaelloche.com/muscle testing, all lowercase. This is muscle test. This is a yes, let it go. If it's a no, this finger's the boss right there. So am I Michael? Am I John? No. So right now I'm scanning for Sarah, just like my Wi-Fi scanning. These are all no's. Am I Sarah? Scan. There. Am I Sarah? Am I John or Michael? Am I Sarah? So it's like my Wi-Fi is connected to Sarah's Wi-Fi, and I'm going to sound like her because I'm her proxy. So, I was telling Michael about my sister, my younger sister and I. Do I have a heart wall with her? How many? Over one? That's a yes. Over one? Yes. Over two? Yes. Not over three. So it must be under three. Well, it's not over three and it's not under three. What is it, Captain Obvious? 3. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 unprocessed emotions from an event that I have with my sister that are causing this heart wall. See how that works? The answer is yes. And does Michael have them all? Yes. Are they all on the emotion chart? Yes. I'm asking a bunch of questions. You're not hearing me. Yes. Okay, so were these around an event around my mom's passing and all those emotions? Yes. Is the first one, is this a heart wall of abandonment? It is. My magnet. John, can you explain this process for us?
So yeah, Michael's taking the magnet, swiping over the governing meridian, which starts right here under the nose, and it goes over the head down to the tailbone. So anywhere on that governing meridian with the magnet will work to clear out that emotion.
Okay, I found the second one. It's a heart wall of betrayal with my sister. I'm deleting this heart wall of betrayal. The last one, lost. Deleting this heart wall of lost. I'm going to ask another question. I've been starting to do this, John, after I do an emotion code session, and you'll hear. So, heart wall, rather. Now, do I have a heart wall with my sister? Do I have any other emotions about and with my sister that aren't heart walls? Yes. How many? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2. A. Is it anger and hatred? Yes. Deleting anger. Deleting this unprocessed emotion of anger with my sister. Next, deleting hatred. Deleting hatred. I'm going to kind of measure my work. Remember, John, we talked about severity. So before today's session, what was the severity of my resistance and reluctance and my dread and just not wanting to be around or connect with my sister or not having that connection happen? 10 would be severely not happening. Was it over 5, 6, 8? Was it over 10, under 10, 10? And now what's the severity of this resistance? It's blocking, stopping a connection with my sister. Is it under 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2? So it's down to a 2. And is this 2 100% emotions? Yes. Does Michael have them? Yes. They're on a different chart.
Different chart.
Yeah, they're on the trauma chart. So
we got a few charts.
Yeah, this is the trauma of loss of femininity, heart wall, and it means the loss of your voice, your inability to speak up or have an opinion, and maybe you were shut down or something. Is this a trauma, heart wall, loss of femininity with my sister? That's a long, it's got to be just perfectly named. Deleting this trauma, heart wall of loss of femininity with my sister. Now, what is the severity of that's blocking, stopping me from connecting willingly and with love to my sister? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, Sarah, you could just digest that and kind of be with that for a few minutes. And we're going to be around after John's session. We will look for your comments.
Yeah. Thanks again for volunteering, Sarah. It's difficult. Sorry to hear about the loss of your mom.
Yeah. Hey, I never met you guys, but here's my stuff. So we get that. But the nice thing about even that vulnerability was they don't have to tell us the personal and the story, which is kind of makes it safe to be vulnerable. John, tell me who is the lucky recipient to work with you today.
Yeah, a couple comments here first before I connect up here. So Lynn's here joining from North Carolina. Sylvia Bellini's here from London, and it's
and Sylvia, welcome back.
Yeah. Virgo Mandy says how to heal a broken heart. So we're kind of getting into that, right? Like a broken heart, that hurt. It's around your heart, right? Like it's those heart wall emotions. You clear out those heart wall emotions, and it can help you move on, move forward, and heal that pain that's from that traumatic time. And so yeah, Sarah, another comment there saying she feels sick when she has to spend time with her. So that's a good sort of test. So the next time you're with her, that might change. That's sort of what we expect, is that feeling will be neutral.
Yeah.
Sarah Jones is joining us from Texas, San Antonio. Nate from Pixology Studios has an update. We'll get to that. That's great.
Okay.
Cheryl says I have a difficult relationship with my youngest son, Joe. So I'll work with Cheryl here. Difficult with son Joe. So that's specific person. That's what we're looking for. Thanks, Cheryl. And okay, another big comment here from someone. All right. So yeah, I will connect up to Cheryl here.
Okay, I want to find her and put her on the screen.
And so I'm going to put my fingers just up here in the screen. This is my muscle testing. It looks like this. So I just loop these fingers, thumb, pinky, and right there goes in the loop there. So tune and connect up Cheryl. See Jones connect as a proxy. So I can act as a proxy for Cheryl. Yeah. And there's a difficult relationship with youngest son, Joe. So there might be some mixed emotions. There might be a heart wall emotions. We'll just sort of stir that up a little bit. Some conflict with youngest son. Yeah. So there's, what's that?
Give it a good stir.
Yeah, give it a good stir. All right. So whatever it may be, like I have no idea, but there's some disconnection. There's a lack of harmony, lack of connection, harmony. Yeah, some discord even maybe. Yeah. So is there a heart wall emotion we can identify and clear to help improve the relationship, improve the connection, the love, the joy, the happiness? Yeah. Okay. So heart wall emotion. I just have my chart right here in front of me. So it's column A, odd row. No, so it's column A, even row. It is. So A2, no, A4, or 6. So it is an A4, AKA. hot box. So is it anger? No. Is there bitterness? No. Is there guilt? Yes. Hatred or resentment? No. So it's guilt. So we need to know more about this guilt? We don't. Release guilt. Release, release, release. Okay, that's cleared. That is cleared. Good. So there's another heart rate emotion. We can identify and clear out. Cheryl. Yeah. Okay. It is in column B this time. Column B. Yeah. Odd. No. So even. Be even. Okay. It's in B4 now. Okay. So is it the first one? Depression? No. Frustration. Frustration. Panic. Take for granted. So is it? So there's different types of emotions. So you can have like inherited, you get from your mom and your dad. We've talked about absorb before. This one is shared. So you and someone else felt the same emotion, same time, same place, same room, and it's stuck with you both, and you both have it. It's shared. And is it taken for granted? It's shared, taken for granted. Yeah. So we need to know more about that. No. So that's what it is. Probably son, taken for granted. So let's clear that now. So what taken for granted can mean is like feeling ignored or treated with a careless indifference. Just release that now. Or someone felt like they're taken for granted. Okay, is that cleared? That is cleared. Okay, another heart rate emotion that we can identify and clear. Yeah. All right, so column A, yeah. A2, first one. Nervousness. Releasing nervousness. Let's get rid of that. That's released. Yeah. So, yeah, what's the severity of this lack of connection? It's a 2 out of 10 now. We started at a 9. Okay. Usually I do that severity at the beginning, but you can do it anytime in a session.
Yeah, it's a good way to check your work, right? See how you're doing.
Yeah, so we're making pretty good progress. All right, so there is another heart rate emotion, Cheryl, between you and your son. Yeah, creating this lack of connection, discord, lack of harmony. Yeah. A2, first one, second, third, fourth. Back to nervousness. Yeah, is it the same one? No, another nervousness. Okay, let's release nervousness. Okay, that's cleared. Yeah, another heart rate emotion, Cheryl. No. Any other trapped emotions? Any other negative energies between you and your son? Another trapped emotion? No. Any other negative energies? No. Severity 1 or higher? No. So 0? 0 means 0. Okay. We'll see. Cheryl, come back next week. Let us know what you've noticed.
John, I want to tie in what our friends and I understand about law of attraction and how it's always eavesdropping. So now Cheryl has a new vibe about her son, so he'll be responding to the new vibration because that's the law. A couple things for those of you that are thinking, you know what, I need to clean up. I need to clean up. So I'm going to post John's website there. The email or the address will populate in the chat there. Yeah, so you go to John's website, or John, you open up the calendar and you pick your time, your favorite time. You submit, you pay for it, you submit. You'll get a link and where to meet John so you can work one-on-one. Come prepared with the list. Before you know it, you are feeling better about relationships in your life. So good. That's how to get a hold of John. We love having you here. Also, every Saturday, for every Friday at 9 a.m. in the morning, we send out an email letting you know what the topic is. And then on Saturday morning, we send it out, I think it's like 40 minutes before, saying, hey, we're going to go live. If you'd like to be notified like that. Also in that email are free resources for practitioners and other law of attraction goodies in there. So the address to that is michaelloche.com/live. That got set up. And John, let's go back and say hello to some of our friends here.
Yeah, lots of comments here. Who else is here? So there's a few more volunteers. So we're going to be doing this 3 more times next week, week after, throughout February here. So come back. and volunteer again next week.
Yeah.
Um,
Saying, where can I find the trauma chart? It's inside of Dr. Brad's Emotion Code Facebook group under files.
in the
If
files
you're
there.
you can get a copy of it there.
Yeah.
Sarah's thinking, many thanks. I appreciate that. Spot on 100%. Sarah, of course, referring to the emotions that I uncovered that were some of the emotions she was having with her sister. Our friend Lori Mayo is saying hello from Las Vegas.
Laura's here. And of course, Permelia Parham. Good morning, bros. Happy to be watching from a cloudy Parksville.
Yeah. And Beatrice, come back next week, Beatrice. She's saying, I'm always having issues with roommates. So, and now that you understand that that's the vibration that you're sending about roommates, and that's why you keep attracting those roommates. So that little loop is happening. Join us some Saturday this month. Get in the queue, and we'll help you out next week. Or you can hire John and I, and we can do a full heart wall with you and the world, with your mom, with your dad, with your sister, with your brother, with your boss. Give us the list.
Yeah, and this pattern, right? This pattern, there's going to be some stuck emotional energies causing you to track that pattern. Yeah.
Cheryl's giving you a compliment there.
Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, all about the new vibe. Brilliant.
Kathy Worth is back and saying hello. Nice to have her with us. Oh, here's a question for you, John. Go ahead.
Can heart wall affect abundance? Yeah. Yes, it can definitely. It's, you know what, the heart wall is implicated in almost like all areas of life, whether it be like money, abundance, financial prosperity, obviously relationships, it's a huge one, aches, pains. I've seen people with like hip pain that, it's been around heart walls. So simply put, yes, it is a big one. Yeah. And, abundance, it's a lot of the time it comes from a young age, or, when like before the age of 10, of just like, you need a new pair of shoes and your mom's like, I don't have money for that. And it sort of like builds on that. Right. And so you're just like, feel that hurt. I can't have new shoes like, the other kids at school, whatever is going on in your world. And then you have that sort of like that lack, and it just sticks anywhere in your body. But a lot of the time it is around your heart. Yeah.
I have an abundance protocol when people want to work on abundance, right? That's the first thing. We got to start there. Get rid of that vibe that's causing, even Dr. Brad talking about the heart wall, who invented the heart wall or covered the process. That is part of the protocol. It's part of money problems. So good question. Olga is asking us another question. Do we need to fill the void after clearing with new positive vibes? I'll tell you my opinion about this. You'll have 100 people tell you something different, but you asked me. I don't think, and I say that because I don't know how to do it, how to bring in a positive vibe. I do, however, know how to delete a negative one. I know that I can create a negative vibe through my thoughts or thinking, but I'm not bringing it into me. I'm creating it within me. So when you say, do I have to fill it with anything? No. It's like having a party and getting rid of the negative people. It's like, okay, go. John got rid of all the negative people here. We don't want to fill it up again. Like, let's just this is a great crowd right here. So, John, do you ever notice when we delete a negative emotion, people feel everything settling in because those negative emotions left space.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel that. Oh, that big ball of energy just left. So the way to, and I don't think we can bring in the positive energy, but you can create positive thoughts that could cause you to have a positive vibration. So
absolutely. I'd like to add something to that too.
Sure, go ahead.
How we do those belief statements of clearing emotions, creating that, that limiting belief, like, it's not safe to have abundance, or I'm not worthy to have abundance. You flip that statement around and be like, I love myself, am I testing positive, it's safe to have abundance, or I love myself. Am I in vibrational harmony with a positive statement, right? Like so you can clear negative emotions that's preventing a positive statement from manifesting a reality in your life. So that's, a different approach, right? So does that make sense?
What to you and I, but hopefully makes sense to our friends. Cheryl's kind of summarizing what we're talking about to help us make it make sense. It leaves the room for the good to expand.
There we go.
I think a good question here from Kathy. Has the fear of and mythology of COVID exasperated negative feelings between people? I'm going to give you my interpretation for that. Here's our vibrational meter reader. This is your vibrational dial. I'm going to show it to you a different one. This is our vibrational dial. Your vibrational meter reader. And that is me raising my dial and keeping it on 100. Now, the reason why I'd want to have a dial on 100, well, other than I would attract things on the same vibration, and other than that, I wouldn't be attracting, what, I can give you a list a mile long? Of course you'll want to be on a high vibration. But as I'm experiencing things about COVID and watch this and listen to that and hear this and hear people fighting on the streets or outside my apartment or whatever, and I'm feeling a little bit fearful of that, my overall vibration has been lowered. I didn't lower it on purpose. It got lowered. Because you know, John, you can answer this. You know what affects, you know what lowers positive vibration?
Yeah, well, negative thoughts, negative people.
Negative vibration, yes, negative things.
Negative
So
posts.
when I was on 100 and I'm watching somebody have a fight and I'm feeling bad about that, or I'm turning on the news or someone's complaining and fighting and on and on and on. It's like, it gets exhausting. And now my vibration has been lowered because of because everything's influencing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it brings us back to the question. John, can you read that for us?
What's in your vibrational bubble?
Right. What are you giving attention to, which is causing you to send the vibe? Are you watching and listening? Are you participating in it? Are you getting angry and ticked off? Is your vibrational meter reader lower? So, how do we maintain a higher vibration? Oh, can I get someone to put, oh, maybe I have it here. All these buttons that I'm showing you, there's 9 of them. I just added a couple more. So,
Nice.
John, can you read this? It's okay to be negative as long as what?
Observe negativity briefly.
That's right. Oh, I don't like when this happens. So observe negativity briefly. So I can look at something and ignore, but I got to reset my vibration. But our real job is, let me find it, might make a little bit of noise, is to mind your vibration. That's your only job. I mind my own vibration. And by minding it, I mean by looking after it, protecting it. What am I listening to? What am I watching? What am I writing? What am I reading? What am I participating in? Because everything is included. Are you ticked off about watching that or listening to it or having an opinion or hearing somebody else's opinion? Law of attraction doesn't know what's causing the negative vibration that you're having or experiencing. It's just going to attract more of the same vibration over and over and over again. I forgot the question.
She says, I get it. Thank you.
I get it already. Yeah, I know. I forgot. I think I answered the question. Thank you. What a little roll that was. Thanks for having fun with us today. Hey, listen, are you on Clubhouse, anybody? I am doing a special Clubhouse event every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. And you can join Clubhouse, just listen in, or maybe you're the type that like to participate. Do that and join us. John, tell our friends what they can expect all of February.
Yes, we're back next week with the same topic. And that's that conflict, disconnection, whatever it may be with you and someone specific.
That's right.
And
if you think, never mind the someone specific, I want it all. I'll have one of everything. So hire John or I. Let us go through your life and your families and your people, and we'll just reset your vibe. You'll walk in like the king or the queen, and they'll say, what have you done? Because you'll be sending a brand new vibration. Hey, John, thanks for hanging out with episode number 230. We're back next week, same topic, get in the queue. If we helped you out today, we'd love to have you come back and join us. And what can we help you with so you can have better relationships with everybody? John, let's say goodbye to our friends.
have a great week, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, everybody, see you later.